trouble for... Oh, but now it's doing that, homie.
Why was it doing that before?
Hold on, it wasn't
That's
doing
something different.
What the hell?
It's doing something different, though.
But what is the... Wow, it looks like we're... I wonder if it's the camera. Hold on, guys. That's so strange. Even if we turn this off...
It's something like...
It's the way it's reflecting.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all.
That's weird, dude.
Can y'all deal with it, or is it way too...
We gotta try. Oh, hold on.
I don't even know what to do. We could turn the lights off behind us. How come it didn't do that last time? Hey, Officer Mitchell, how are you? Good to see you, Clancy. I think it's still gonna do it. Here, Sean's gonna try to fix it, knowing that he has absolutely no idea how to. Now, last time it didn't do it. Hold on. I think it's just the angle that it's at.
It has to be.
Hey, Let It Go and Angela, how are you? I mean, we're gonna have to turn off the
I can
No, we're just gonna use
weird
this light, I guess, and turn off
turn the backlight off for a while.
unplug the top one.
Okay.
I look like a ghost with the light on there that bright. Oh.
There, that's not the top one.
I guess it was the wrong one. Hold on. Now we're in the dark. Okay, hold on, guys. We're coming back. You sometimes, yeah, they're probably like, if they could just get their shit straight before they went live. Now we look like we're taking a mugshot.
That's better.
Whatever.
This is it.
Whatever.
It's the pale moonlight tonight.
But it's even doing, we turn it just a little bit dimmer and then we're good to go. Make sure that I don't.
Hey, Draven's Crypt. We are trying to fix our lighting issue.
Always.
That's not what. Ooh. We could probably use the magic tint thing now and then change it.
Okay.
Let's try it. Can we try it?
No, what I'm going to do is this.
That's not so bad.
And then we're gonna just turn this light off. And we're gonna go about our business and fix it next time.
Gonna have to do.
We do kind of look pale though. But anyway, I'm not gonna jack with it anymore. Keep saying hi to the people while
It's my job to say hi.
Yeah, say hi to the people so they know.
Let's see who's here right now.
Beam?
Okay. Ray. Hi, Internet family. Draven's Crypt. Colleen. The EXO family. Let It Go.
EXO
Loretta, family. Gigi Marie. There's country ladies in here.
Yeah, it's not country woman.
Oh, not country woman.
So, EXO family, I saw your short about you got denied at BioLife. What is BioLife? I'm not going to go into the details. I mean, you put it out there, but that's your thing to tell. But what is BioLife? I don't even know what that is.
Please enlighten us.
Please do. It'd probably be better if we were sitting on the couch, but I think they'd rather us just get started.
We just changed it up a little bit, and we're good.
Yeah. Yes, country lady, I got you.
We've only been going live for 5 years, and we're still setting it up. So
country woman's is a crack liquor.
What's up with her?
I don't know. She loves her.
What's up on a Thursday night?
It's raining here. Like hard raining.
I've got my Mexican Coke.
Yes. I put that on Twitter and people were kind of like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, it's from Mexico.
When you get it, like the sticker in Kroger says Mexican Coke. And they use real cane sugar.
It's
That's the
hey,
thing
what
that
did you
makes
say?
it-
It's totally like, in Mexican food restaurants, you can order it too.
Right.
They were short on it for a long time, but they've started to get it back. So, yes, absolutely. The fires in Gatlinburg, there's wildfires and.
Have you guys noticed that when
Oh my gosh, Gigi.
when you drink Coke out of one of these bottles, it'll keep its fizz like all day?
Oh, really?
What
Wait a
happened with
minute.
Gigi?
So BioLife is a place where you sell plasma, and then they pay you for your donation. I did know that. I had no idea they care about your mental health. I didn't think, why in the world?
Why would they deny? That doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Maybe it's the medications they think that they're. Draven says, Mexican Coke brings me back. Hey, Sherry Pie.
It's awesome, dude.
Whiplash. Yeah, I was thinking you were trying to donate seed or something. I guess that sounds even worse than sperm.
Kind of. But not really.
Well, I just don't want to sound tacky. You know I don't like to sound
What's going on tonight?
tacky. Nothing really. Well, we made wings.
Yes.
Well, I made wings.
These wings were supposed to be made Super Bowl, I think, but then.
Yeah, but they weren't thawed out yet then anyways. But I'm curious how y'all make it. I normally bake them for about 20 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes, and then put them, like, fry them. I don't put breading or anything on it because I don't.
Hey, Misty.
I like
hey,
it
Rachel.
to be, I just like the skin crispy. And Sean doesn't care what it's.
I liked it. What she gets is, the
Hey, Rachel.
Buffalo Wild Wings, the sauce, but it's at the store, but it's the same stuff that Buffalo Wild Wings. I like Caribbean jerk and the garlic parmesan. I like them both.
Now, we have said that before. So if Lunar Phoenix catches up.
in here, you get to say same stuff,
Hey,
different
Black
day.
Dragonfly, how are you? I spent a night in the hospital CT
What?
scan for a concussion. She was in a car accident. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's horrible. But
Hope
are you
you're
doing okay?
How you feeling?
I bet she's sore. And how did it, what was it? Was it like a rear end, or how did it, if you want to say? If not, I understand, but.
I have a route to work that is pretty dangerous, and every day there's like three turns going and coming that I say, all right, slow down a little bit, be ready to, because if they come around that, it's pretty much a blind curve. That's Scout.
I thought
Scout.
he was being relaxed, so I thought he was gonna let me hold him for a second. He did not.
We have 3 cats.
What happened with Peter Mon? He was in a car accident
he's
in critical care.
care.
Oh my gosh. I hadn't heard that. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Car ran a red
Who
light
was
and got me. He was going 30. Oof. Like broadsided you or head on?
Look.
I guess if they went through a red light, it would be a broadside.
Look at that.
Oh, she's stuck.
You're so sweet, Sawyer.
The cat swiped down and grabbed Sawyer by the snout.
But no, it was caught in the hair.
And Sawyer
so she
was
trying
like,
to, and Sawyer just sat there while she pulled it out.
Sawyer's gonna be like,
good boy.
Any second now, I'm gonna yell. Any
He's
second.
a good boy. You good boy. Let's introduce Sawyer Brown.
All right, Sawyer's gonna say hi. There's Sawyer Brown right there.
You're so
There's Sawyer Brown.
sweet. He's like, my brother got his claws caught in
So ferocious.
in my beard,
He's so
I sat
ferocious.
there and patiently waited for him to get it out. I know y'all are like, y'all are so cringy, but we love our animals. They're good company. Until we have a baby, then we're like, y'all are done. No, I was kidding.
Yeah.
No, just joking.
When the baby comes, there's gonna be ads like, well, maybe we can Wendy. We'll just fly Sawyer out to Wendy.
You're so bad.
Messed up.
Do you? She already has one, so someone else made one as too. Can you imagine if we had to? We can't even. When we go to the family reunion, we don't know for sure whether he's allowed to go or not, and we're sitting there like, well, we have to go clearly, but how are we going to be without him for a week?
Sawyer Brown, are you gonna go to the family reunion? He's like, hell yeah, I am.
We're not going to board him. We paid a whole lot of money one time to board him when he was still younger. When we went to Galveston, and he ended up with worms.
Right
have
front
eaten a
quarter
piece
panel,
of-
I almost avoided him. And then Whiplash said, Peter is in one of the best hospitals
Good.
for trauma ICU. We have some of the best
Good.
docs in Indy due to the Indianapolis 500, the Indianapolis Speedway. That does make sense.
So isn't there, but there's
They saved
critical
my
care
life.
and there's intensive critical care. There's both, right?
ICU is the intensive care unit.
Oh, yeah. Either way, oh man. Who was it that announced it? Like his husband or whatever? How did y'all find out?
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's sad. I bet he's gonna be okay. You better
Yes,
be.
Gigi said, thanks guys. I'm feeling better, but we'll always take prayers if you are praying. Yeah, we're glad you're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
It's a lot's going on with people lately. Like stuff that I know, from my friends on here that they've told me that just in general that everybody's dealing with a lot right now. Hey Karen, it was on the news. Oh, in the local news or whatever?
Oh, probably in the Indy news.
Wow, though that must have been a pretty serious wreck then, unless he's like a local celebrity.
One
there.
of his fans posted a video.
Okay.
I just searched Peter Mon.
Man, stuff gets found immediately now with the Yeah, the cats definitely. I'd be curious about your feedback for people who actually have
He had a
boarded their
seizure.
cats.
Does he have seizures often, did he say? Because
Oh,
they
I
said
don't
he had
think
a
so.
seizure and crossed the center line. And
I didn't know he's ever had
man.
a seizure. Wow. I do foster and boarding on a small scale. Now the cats, I know places board cats, but cats are such assholes about going to different places and stuff like that. They don't want to mingle with the other cats.
Somebody's in trouble, but go ahead.
Who?
Karen's in here. Karen's not supposed to be here. It's her anniversary.
Oh,
It's just,
I said.
Mandy's looking at me like,
I was
Karen,
like,
who?
"What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "This
Who?
not you." I was like, are
We
you
about to drag a bitch.
No, there's another
I know,
Karen
but-
in her chat, but no, but it's Karen's anniversary, and this is what. Oh my God! Thank you. At the end
She
of the
says,
day,
for my
thank
crush, I'm busy but listening.
Thank you.
I know you're talking about her because
I said, well, no, you never know, but thank you.
I'm not
You
crushing
never
you,
know. So it was her
Thank you.
anniversary. I think how many years? Karen, like 18 or something like that. And I said, that's a good idea, balls to the walls. I said that she better be in the throes of passion. And if she showed up to our chat, whatever, and do you know, 15, you know what she said? Too late. Ooh, Karen!
she said he is putting up my ceiling fan, and that's
Karen.
not code for sex.
Got her freak on. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
But I did say that. And I was like, okay, you can go ahead and come in if you've celebrated.
Everybody wish Karen a happy anniversary.
15 years.
15
That's amazing.
years. That's.
And she had a pretty rough first go round. Karen, did you hear us the other day when we were talking about Shriners and how good they are? I didn't go into like any detail, but that you had been there when you were younger and how good they are. We were talking about charities to donate to.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's a good one.
It started with Wounded Warrior, and then we kind of all gave kind of our little opinions on different things.
Yeah. There's
But-
also I was trying to come up with something clever, like there's the curly.
Is Angela in
But
the
I
chat?
don't really want to. It would be a joke.
Angela, are you here?
He's here.
I just want to tell you, don't worry about nobody that comes in your Twitter feed and messes with you, okay? You're going to put stuff out, they're going to come mess with you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
But in particular, the one that said
Yeah.
it, I'm irritated with, but she hates me.
Yeah, the one that was going after you is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We saw it. He saw it and he was like, well, and I was like, she hates me.
I was about to do some dragging, but she just kind of gave
Yeah,
you that.
no. We don't have anything against that. It was Ridgemont High. And
Yeah.
I don't know if she watches us or not. Probably not. She can't stand
No.
us. But it was her, and I was like, oh, she's had me blocked. I've had her blocked. Hey, Tammy.
I had a whole diatribe of
For a
what I was
bit.
going to say, but we're not going to do it.
I hushed him.
I got shushed, which may be code
You blocked
for,
her. No, no, I mean, if you want to, that's
No,
fine.
I'm playing.
I
I'm playing
think
with
that, but I do think that she and MFW have reconnected over the death of Steven,
Mm-hmm.
which is good, but I'm like, I despise Ridgemont. Yeah, I was not going to go there,
See?
but I'm not crazy. I'm like, unless you want to borrow a few $1,000s and get shafted for it.
That's kind of what I was going to say.
You can go ahead and say
this
it.
one that Katie took $6,000 from.
I don't know if it was that much, but it was a few
Something
thousand.
like that. It was a lot of money
And
and,
then said,
never
"I'm not-"
paid it back.
And then got mad.
Got mad at her for asking for her money back and drug a bitch.
They drug each
over it.
other over it.
Over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she went back for more after that. They weren't done. Anyways.
On an old tweet. Don't you love that when someone
Yeah.
goes and you're like,
Yeah.
you are all up in my grits if it's an old one.
The thing is that didn't work out. Her loyalties, she got screwed over. It hasn't worked out very well for her around these parts, so she's probably a little bitter.
I'd be surprised if
Yeah.
she watches us, but maybe she does. There's supposedly people that watch us that you'd be surprised.
But she has a reason to be bitter. I mean, if she's bitter.
I've heard that The Secrets of the Playboy Mansion is it on Netflix or Showtime or what is it on? I heard back in the day when Quaaludes were a thing, it's a barbiturate and it's like
When Bill Cosby was younger, apparently.
it's outlawed in the United States. That's how jacked up it got people. They still have it in England apparently, but I knew someone one time that was like, I rode all the way through California on the back of a motorcycle on Quaaludes. And I'm like, had to look it up. A&E, okay. But he would give these girls Quaaludes.
Who the
Hefner would.
Hefner would? Why? And I didn't think he had to do that. I thought he
but
had
it
all the
wasn't
game.
even. It was kind of like Bill Cosby. He didn't really do anything with them. It was just to incapacitate and so that to me is.
It's really weird.
Hey Ricky.
Hey Ricky.
Thank you. Yeah, I saw Moonbear was live, but I only saw the announcement. She wasn't live when I started, so I couldn't go in and say hi. But
or if I can say it like the other Ricky, hey y'all.
He was evil. He was evil.
Y'all.
And do they talk about the fact that his carpet is like the original carpet and it's like filthy, nasty, stinky, and he wouldn't let it be changed?
He kept it like retro 70s and wouldn't let him change it.
Really, Gigi?
Bestiality. Woof.
He's gonna say all kinds of things that we can't get monetized.
I mean, you think he had pretty women all over the place. He didn't have to.
I think though, if I'm correct, because I haven't seen that, but I've heard about him. He got to the point where his deviance, nothing was good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he had to up it and up it and up it.
Someone get the DSM, whatever. It's out and tell us what that is. Tell us what that mental illness is. It's called the Hefner.
Hefner. Oh, can I talk about the proper way to treat a hairstylist without naming names?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, I thought, as much as y'all hate to hear it, and
you have my blessing.
I'm not going to name who it is, but I'm only going to touch on for briefly I thought that it was pretty. It needed toner, but when I saw it, I was feeling some kind of way because I was like, that looks good on her, that blonde. So, but she got trolled to the point that she believed herself it didn't look good and did whatever. But that's neither here nor there. I have had several good hairstylists that I've been loyal to and that I've gone to, and I've had times when it got done and I wasn't happy with it. So I said something right then and they said, well, we can't do it today because it just got processed. So I did say that. So, but then they would fix it and do whatever. So when you, the tip is up to everybody individually, but I usually, my hair usually comes to right about what she said, 175, and then, hey, Kit Kat.
Hey, Toodles.
And then tip.
I see you. Hey, Kit Kat.
And then tip, and that usually takes me just over about 210 or whatever. So I have never ever, and I've had times when I went
$210.
when I went to put my hair up after I got it done, that it was like and what, not many times, but it doesn't matter how they style it when you leave. It's not that dramatic of a difference when you put your hair up. It's not. And if they say, do you primarily wear your hair up or down? I bet she'd say down because that's how she wears it on the. So I'm just going to say, I did think it looked good. And then she kept jacking with it. But
because she listens to
these hairstylists, these women, it's not Walmart. It's not a big corporation where you come back and say, this lawnmower sucks. And they go, oh, well, and you're like, no, give me a refund. These people feed their families with this money. That is their...
hey, Danny.
That is their bread and butter. And there's not as many hairstylists as there used to be back when good ones, that they're not, because they go to other careers because of people like that.
Or they have to do something on the side.
And when they make $200 or whatever the percentage of it was off of that, I assume the salon gets some or whatever, that is their paycheck, part of their paycheck. If you go back after 4 days and pitch a fit about your hair and then don't want them to fix it, you just want your money back. You just wanted your money back because you were short of cash. Yeah. Period. End of.
The thing about all that is it's just any lack of any type of empathy. I mean, if I had a $250 or however it costs procedure done on my hair or whatever, and they fucked it up or they messed it up, I would think about it. You know, maybe they could do something for me to fix it at no extra cost or whatever. But you have to think about it. This is time that they can never get back.
Yeah. And then also on top of that, there was a pound of coconut butter put on it when she went home. You're not supposed to, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not supposed to jack with it, and they tell you this, for about 24 to 48 hours, because it will continue to process even though it's been washed and everything like that. So for someone to say it's a business deal, just like my business, I have to, no, it's really not.
It's not.
They did what you asked. It looked okay. You wanted to get your money back because you needed cash. So that's why you weren't willing to let them fix it, because that's not what you wanted. You wanted your. I'm surprised you got your money back.
I am
to
too.
Be
That was
totally
my thing.
Honest. None of my hairstylists would have given my money.
It must
back.
have been a heck of a show.
And then
for them to go,
the
"Let me just give you
final
money."
right. She goes, I'm not and that makes me mad because there's not a lot of good hairstylists left that do that. And also, when it's like, so I went somewhere else and they fixed it. No, you went and bought the same box hair color you always bought, and you put it back onto your hair, whatever. But number one, I thought it looked good. And number two, that is for you to announce how wonderful you screwed her over.
Hey,
and
naturally vain.
She said, and she was really mad. I bet you the hell she was.
I bet you she was mad.
I bet you she was.
So now she's trying to figure out how to recoup a third of a week of pay. I mean, let's see if they do one every day.
When she said, well, that was my birthday present to myself, was getting my hair done. So when you think about the lax of time, and then she was always I put more toner in it, I did this, I did that, just kept messing with it. But yeah, that, for you to think that anyone that goes to a professional hairdresser thinks that's anything other than really shitty, you're wrong. Nobody is going to have compassion for that. Nobody.
What are some things
screwed her over.
Yeah.
You really did.
So when she shaves her head in a few days and says she's giving it to locks of love, or that she developed some rare thing where, it's because it won't be the first time that had happened. Because
you were in the bathtub.
Yeah, when she dyed she colored, I call it dye, I don't know, colored her hair, whatever is politically correct, and it came out green, like Kermit the Frog green.
Oh, it was that green?
It was pretty green. And I'm colorblind, and it looked green as hell to me.
Well, when you put an ash color in your hair trying to fix it, if you go like, it'll turn green.
So she shaved it. So she shaved her head, and I guess that's when she
naturally vain.
Told everybody she had donated it, or then she telling people that whatever cancer or whatever it was, it's because it freaked her out because it was green. So instead of taking it somewhere and doing something like that to fix it, she just shaved it and then made up stories. So it may be coming. It may be coming.
Oh my God. What did you do when she just grabbed it and started going, zzz? What did you do?
I was laying in the tub, and it was like, raw, and I was just like, try to gauge how bad the cycle was. Like when you're like, here we go.
You're like, this is a bad one. This is a bad one.
That's all you can do.
Wow.
I mean, my life is so different now that, it's like, it was just different degrees of, oh my God.
But it
all
took
the time,
when I talk out loud, like when I'm frustrated with whatever, let's say if the cabinet stuff's falling on me out of the cabinet, I talk out loud, and I'm not really super frustrated, but it took a long time for you to realize when I'm like, I'm tired of shit falling on me. His reaction is like,
my anxiety would just start going through the roof, and I'd be like, and I'd come in, and it does. And the other thing is, guys, it doesn't help when you do that.
You're right.
If they're having a moment and something like that, and you come in like, oh, like the sky's falling, if you weren't helping them to begin with.
Yes, Misty.
And they were handling it, they don't need you to come busting, and they'll ask you to come busting.
But then when I'll say, like, my big thing is like, oh, I'm tired of stuff falling on me from the cabinets. It's my own fault I shove stuff in there. But you're starting to realize that I'm not really frustrated.
Right. But it does. It takes.
At first he'd be like, "We can organize it. Do you want to put it in a different?" I'm like, "No. It's cool."
But I think that I can stay connected to you, and that's the whole key, and realize it, because, if you, because it's not even a comparison.
Danny.
I never knew what the day was going to bring, and that's kind of what keeps a person stuck where they were. Is because I had to stay like in this posture, like, all right, what do I have to fight against? What do I have to do today?
Karen says you can finally laugh about stuff.
I guess so, yeah. But Mandy's right. She met me, or we fell in love or whatever, but I was this very damaged kind of psyche, there was things, and I went a long time in Texas where I would just have mad anxiety
People
all
said
the time.
it showed all over your face, Sean. You were just beat down.
Well, and beat down because you can't. It's kind of like somebody that's in, just, I don't know, somebody that's running from something, or somebody there's something there just under the surface all the time, and it just keeps you anxious.
Hypervigilant?
It was hypervigilant, but it was a more exhausting because this wasn't like life or death. It was more like, what the hell is going to happen? Like every once in a while, we have dramatic moments in our lives. We all do. Maybe you get into an argument or
I threw a lamp.
She threw a lamp.
Right at the wall.
And I didn't even blink, did I?
No, but you were surprised, and it was, we've told this before, I don't know who hasn't thrown something when they're mad, ever. Mm-hmm. Everybody, remember last time people were like, I threw this, I threw that.
You guys threw some shit.
And I was so, like, it was everything, and I threw it at the wall. He was sitting over there trying to fix the TV, and he was like, and then he looks at me, and I was immediately like, sorry.
I remember, but at the same time, you were like, oh, man. But we were, because remember, I was leaving. I was going to go.
No, baby, you weren't.
I wasn't? That was a different time?
We were in the apartment.
I know. I wasn't leaving you.
Oh, you meant leaving to take a breather.
No. I was getting ready. Remember we were trying to decide if I was going to go to Georgia without you or not or something? And it was before we really even knew how to argue. And we were talking about something and you were like, you're coming back and blah, blah, blah.
No. It was the day before we left for Georgia.
Right. But up until you were coming with me, there was a second where I was just going to go and do it and come back.
I don't remember that.
And then that was kind of the anxiety. And then we worked that out. And I was like, you're going with me.
I hit my husband with the car. Well, that takes the cake on throwing things.
All right, so far that wins.
And her children never, I can't imagine that you had to deal with, you and Mandi look so good together. Thank you.
Thank you.
But to summarize the hair situation and then move on because she's gotten too much attention from us already. Even though it's hard because she is such a joke. Someone just said if she keeps doing it, her hair is gonna fall out. There's something called blowing the cuticle, right? That's what it's called. The hairdressers call it that. Blowing the cuticle. And what that means is you've done so much to it, you have to let it heal for a couple of weeks or your cuticle will start falling out. Yeah. So, see, Naturally Dane said, yep, that's what happens because I had someone, this case in point, I had someone in the program who was new, who colored hair at Walmart, but she had moved to her own salon in a booth. And she said all she would charge is for the materials to do it. Which is another thing. Most of the time you don't get the money back for the materials, even if it's messed up. Well, I was YouTube then. It was very, very short and blonde, if y'all remember that. And basically...
Go ahead.
Basically, she had messed it up to the point that not only did I get blisters in my hairline...
I see you, Punky. When she's done, I'll read the comment.
Not only did I get blisters in my hairline... But they did what's called a chemical cut. And I didn't know that's what it's called, is a chemical cut. So she was like, okay, well, let's cut it or whatever. And she literally, trimmed it all the way up to here. And when I went to the next lady, who said, because she couldn't fix it. I was just like, what? And I didn't ask for my money back. But you won't get the money for chemical. And I paid her about $200. So then when I went to the next lady, she said it's called a chemical cut. But that day she said, I can't do anything else to it. It'll blow the cuticle.
There you go, ladies.
You're like, don't blow the cuticle.
Blow the cuticle. Punky, while you were telling the story, Punky says, she says, where is it? I walked into my first husband's place of work, went to his office and flipped his desk.
See?
Yay!
That's I love that. It's crossed my mind a few times with my exes to do something like that. But
Whiplash says, you go, Punky, table flipper.
And last time someone said, what did they say? The car, hitting him with the car, that's good. Someone else said something like I threw a laptop.
Draftor Steve has said, yep, flour and all. I want to see the first part of that, the first part of the comment. I've thrown a floured pork chop.
See? That was the point when he was like, he broke his PlayStation, he broke his controller, and I'm like, who hasn't? And everybody's like, oh, I have. But the PlayStation itself is here. So I know that the PlayStation didn't get thrown.
Maybe a controller here and there. Cause,
I've never seen that side of you, though, when you play your game. I've never seen
Misty Lee said, I spent years getting partial highlights twice a year, and the last time was a full highlight. And I lost the curl in my longest layers because of the damage.
Wow.
See?
And they say it feels like spaghetti noodles. When you've really damaged it, when you feel it, it's like a rubbery spaghetti noodle feeling. And that is true. Because when it was so bad. And it was so messed up that as my dark started to grow back in, it looked like pepper in your, because it literally was the whole thing all the way down to my scalp.
Oh my God! Let It Go said I shot at one of my husbands once.
Well,
and
that's
what the chat's lighting up. With. Oh my God! See,
everyone has thrown something.
Just because I have a little bit of a Jackie Chan, according to her. I mean, I came swinging in. First, I haloed out of an airplane at 30,000 feet.
You threw everything from a coffee pot.
Riding a Tomahawk missile into the front window. Doing a roundhouse kick
while you watched her overdose and almost die.
Yes, kratom flying everywhere. I squirted her in the face with ranch dressing.
Oh my God. With wings all over his shirt.
Oh my God. Let It Go said, sure did. Found him with another woman. Woof.
Hell yes. There's something about that. When you bust your spouse doing something, you go through so many emotions that at one point you're laying there going, if I put a pillow over his face,
found him with another
would he
woman.
Be able to fight me off? How long would I have with the pillow over his face? And you start thinking about this stuff, and you're like, no, you can't do that. But you're looking over going.
But she found him with another woman because guys are dumb. I was talking about that with a coworker. We're talking
guys are dumb. They get caught every time.
Because we see a lot of different people around town, and they come into where I work and everything. And so we kind of can see when people are friendly with other people. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's so
the general consensus is when people screw around, guys get caught because they're just sloppy. They get caught. Girls feel bad and confess. Is normally how it works.
But as far as covering,
like girls don't get caught. If they don't want to get caught, they don't get caught.
Well, and girls know, like as far as covering your tracks, I think girls are way better.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying, baby.
There are a few ways that you'll get caught every time is if your spouse goes into your sent mail, you may have deleted the inbox and you may have deleted the trash, but the sent mail is a whole different thing. And if you've got all your conversations.
But that's a guy who did that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying girls know where to go. On an Android, go to paste, right? Because on Android, you push it down and you can paste either from whatever or the clipboard. You go into that clipboard and you're going to see crazy stuff if there's something to be seen. So, and people are going to be like, yep, yep.
But normally when a girl is found out, it's because she's confessed to it or whatever. Whether it's an argument or they feel bad and you're, well, I did this. And
that's basically what I did. I was like, like I said, 10 days after we started, I was like, look, dude, let's call it. So.
But everybody has a weak moment. Okay, well.
My hand hurt for days. And then Karen said, I was holding a butcher knife and seriously wondered what it would be like to stab my ex in the chest. Right?
See?
And it only lasted a second. Every once in a while, you see red and you think, because I think, and it probably is for guys and girls, but definitely for girls, that's like the biggest betrayal, right? That's the biggest, especially when you've got, and it doesn't even matter who it was, but girls take it to, men do too. But they take it more macho, insulted, like their masculinity gets insulted.
Naturally, Vane said my nickname was Flip because I could flip quick.
That's hilarious. I've always pondered flipping something and how hard it would be.
But I think she means flipping like back and forth with like anger and stuff.
Yeah, and you do. You go through every emotion 100 times, and then you think it's crazy, and then when you realize you're not gonna get over it, but you can maybe coexist. And then what is it, Sean? Love walked in. You put that song on Twitter?
Yeah, you guys know the Van Halen song, right?
Well, we talked about
Lunar Phoenix, tell them what song.
Yeah. I just saw Ricky and X-Lax. What did she say?
No, I'm just saying.
No, I just saw Ricky say something about.
I wanna get back at a Nasty X. If you want to get back at a Nasty X, invite them for hot cocoa, crush up 4 chocolate X-Lax and smile knowing what he has to deal with.
Oh my God. You know what? I heard they don't even sell X-Lax anymore. Is that true?
Is it like too
Because people with eating disorders abuse it or something. I hear now you have
there's all kinds of other stuff. Like, what's that one stuff that you drink?
That's the magnesium.
Magnesium sulfate. Nitrate or something like that.
Yeah. I was having,
He's so tired.
Well, I'm pretty open about it. When I was in rehab, I was super constipated because they serve a lot of high carb meals in rehab because some people just, I know, some people just haven't eaten in a while, so they'll do high carb to kind of get you some energy and do whatever. But on the other thing, you're all backed up. They gave me one of those, but that one had a fizz to it, but it was the magnesium or whatever. Sean, I thought I was gonna die.
Oh no.
And I had a roommate, so I'm like, look, I'm so sorry. You know, because you have a roommate.
But I would imagine that each one of you is in different degrees of all messed up.
I put dog poop in my ex's work boots.
Oh
That's
my God.
You know what I thought about doing one time? I know I'm the one taking up the conversation.
No,
but
you're
I'm gonna
good.
let him
I'm having
talk.
fun because it's proving the point that I'm not that
When
bad.
people you can't tell me she never threw shit.
No, yeah,
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So when people were stealing Amazon boxes, well, they still do, but there was a real problem a couple Christmases ago with people stealing Amazon boxes off porches and different things like that. I was gonna get a good amount of my dog excrement from the backyard, my cat excrement. I was gonna put it to an Amazon box and rig it up so that when they opened it, they were gonna get it just opened it was just gonna be everywhere. And I was like, that would be hilarious. I never did it, but wouldn't that be hilarious? Like they go to rip it open after they steal it, and it's
You're
just
like, hey,
and you've got it like taped to the lid.
And they can't really tell on you or anything. They're still going with them, babe. I cleaned the inside of the toilet with another husband's toothbrush. That's let it go. Punky said
that was IBL.
Let it go said it right there.
Oh well, then they both did it. She.
Yep, they both said it, and in between that, Punky said, "I put Ben Gay in his boxers." That's
wow. Have you ever heard the one Have you ever heard the one where the wife stuck dead fish in the curtain rods? I don't know if it's true or not, but when she left the house, she shoved it with dead fish, and they could not figure out where the smell was coming from, and it was inside the curtain rod. She shoved like fish and all kinds of stuff in it.
You guys are ruthless. Angela said she keyed her ex's Harley. That's pretty.
Oh yeah, now that's pretty serious. I bet that did
Jim
not.
the Gator Man just sounds off with nah. All right, dude. I mean, this is bad.
It's like it's. I mean, I've heard of everything. Most of them are like urban legends, but the billboard that someone took out a billboard thing right in the highway that said.
I've heard that this person's whatever, and they wrote. Yeah, I've heard about that one.
Don't piss me. Exactly. Missy Lee and eventually. They left the house and she got it back. That's what I heard. So it was in the curtain rod and they couldn't find it. But my thing is, how long would it possibly smell before it?
I mean, I think that I would have to.
He was cheating while I was home with our newborn baby. Oh, shit.
She what?
Angela's husband, he was cheating when I was home with our newborn baby.
That's crazy.
That's a deviant there.
What politician cheated on his wife while she was dying?
Edwards.
Yeah.
John Edwards.
Man.
While she was literally dying, had a baby with her.
Had something on the side while she was.
Had a baby with her. Yeah. I was like, I blame it on my hormones at the time. Yeah,
See,
but
guys
that's still
that.
like.
It was my hormone.
I think some get so threatened by when there's a baby born that threatened that your attention, and this is not my experience, but I promise it's not, but they get so threatened by, especially a narcissist, that your attention is now directed where it should be, and they act out.
Yeah, Barry Hot said this is the best live stream. Thank you. That's what we're aiming to do. Sometimes when we get on here and we're kind of like, let's go live, and we know all this drama that's going on, but we try not to do it. But it seems like our live streams kind of unfold.
Did you see my Twitters? I did a couple clips of Tam Tam. One of them where she said that her friend said that she wasn't medicated, and Tam Tam goes, "I'm not either."
Hey, William.
That was one of them. And then the other one was she said she was at the park and just doing whatever. She goes, and I just diarrheaed all over the place.
Tam said that?
Yeah. It's on my Twitter.
See, this is why we watch you, Tammy.
She was just calling me a whore the other day.
We don't watch you to hear you drag us or tell everybody that my genitalia has legs and runs around because you did that.
Your balls. No,
Yeah.
your dick has legs.
Yeah, but I wanted to
leg,
I just wanted to keep it PG.
Gotcha.
But that's fun and cute and all that. But we could go our whole lives without hearing that. But it's those other gems of the stories that you tell us.
John Edwards, no, not the mind reader. This was the vice presidential candidate under John Edwards. Oh wait, John Kerry and Edwards, his vice president.
John Edwards?
The one that got like a Edwards? I know, right? Someone who had got a $400 haircut.
John Edwards is John's like. There's so many politicians named John.
And it totally came out because the people who he admitted to whatever in the time span, and all the reporters kind of put it together and figured out that his wife was literally within weeks of dying, and he was taking this girl.
Do you guys remember when Jim Baker, the evangelist, when he came out with his face of him crying during his confession that he was cheating on, I think it was Tammy Faye, was her name, and it became like a meme. It just showed him.
Have you seen the documentary about Tammy Faye? We need to watch it.
Is it good?
She was a beautiful person. She's dead, right?
I think she died, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jim Baker, when that televangelist stuff kicked off and he was the first one to do it, he was out banging multiple women.
Just watching a dick with legs running by.
Oh my God.
And when she comes to us, she's very obsessed with our sex life.
It's weird. Everybody's really
obsessed with it.
And yes, Punky, we were talking about Peter Mon right at the very beginning of the stream. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And Tammy Faye Baker has passed away. It's been a little while now, but I just remember how they were like the power televangelist couple.
And she passed away before Better Than Sex mascara came out. All she had was that clumpy L'Oreal stuff that clumped her stuff together. Now there's Better Than Sex.
But when Jim Baker, when the story broke that Jim, and he was sitting there, he is kind of a narcissist too, because his hair had to all be right, and he got on TV and I just want to confess. We already know you were cheating on her, and he was crying and stuff.
People gave them like all their life savings, like every penny.
Like so, even his confession of his infidelity was an act. Tammy Faye was like, "All right, you got caught. Now you better ham that up and get us some more money."
Peter Mon was in a car accident. Someone will be able to tell you more. He's in the ICU. He was in a car accident, but he's in a good hospital. Yeah. They saw it on the news, and then someone was able to pass it on or whatever. Very sad. I hope, though, I'm sure he's going to be it. I mean, hopefully what can you say? That's one of those things that happens and you go, Peter Mon? You're like,
well, somebody said in the chat that they thought he had a seizure, and so then he crossed the center line. I didn't know.
There was a fatality.
I don't know how there was one in it.
But not. Oh. Wow. I hope he wasn't vlogging. He does vlog and drive.
If he crossed the center line, it means head on. That's normally a head on. And if he was having a seizure, I don't know how much about him, but I didn't think he was had seizures and stuff.
Well, that's my thing. If you have to be 6 months seizure free before you're allowed to drive. So that would lead me to believe
a 3-car accident. Okay.
That would lead me to believe that he doesn't have a seizure disorder, or he would not be able to drive.
Oh.
That's sad.
The guy that he was in a truck and died.
Oh,
the guy that he hit. Oh, man.
And that's the thing is, then you have, regardless of whose fault it is, you have that forever. I used to know a lady who had been a school teacher and kind of a Betty homemaker, but she was an alcoholic, and she always drank and drove drunk. And one time she crossed the center line when she was drunk and killed like a parent and 2 kids, and she did prison time, obviously, but she said she watched her life go from. I hope that's your plan.
Oh, I'm about ready. We're gonna be down a cat. Hold on.
And yeah, she was like. Then after she got out, I think she only did like 18 months or something. But when she got out, Leave that light on. That looks better. When she got out, she, you know, obviously she lost her husband. She lost her teaching license. She lost her driver's license forever. Hey, Missy. Let me see how this starts. That was pretty good. I told you he would. So anyway, things like that happen, and like the touch of, you know, your life is altered forever. So
I couldn't find him. I found the plant and I was looking and I stood it upright and I turned all
yeah, he runs. Y'all, does this light, is this better, worse, anything? I know it wasn't bad to begin with, but I just wish we could have our lights on. We'll fix it next time.
We gotta fix everything. We
gotta fix it all. We'll just
that
do it
was
like
good.
that. Yeah, that's what was on before. Okay, see, Let It Go will let us know how our light. I love
good.
that.
The camera
yeah.
shadow is in
The
your
one time
face.
we had glares from the light, she was like, "No, the glares aren't." She'll tell you how it is, and I
Look,
appreciate
you can
that.
See my nose. That's my nose in the
Your
mirror.
nose?
No, in the mirror.
In the thing.
Yeah, right. There.
Thank you, Missy. I'm gonna read that because I'm
Let It Go is like worse.
vain like
Better
that.
now.
Mandy, I just want to say how cute you are, and I bet we'd be good friends in person. Well, thank you, Missy. That's nice. I feel like I'm a fairly good friend.
You okay, Sawyer?
I have to balance my time between spending 24/7 and loving 24/7 with Sean and breaking away to go to like meetings that I need to go to, and but we do it pretty good.
But I like, baby, I got this. You go shine. You go do whatever
Wind
it is
advisory.
you gotta do. Yeah, listen to it
Yeah,
out there.
Sunday night I have an overnight gig that we're gonna
That is-
dread till it happens, and then thank you,
It's
Missy.
howling out there, man.
But you notice that our thank you, Angela. Notice that we have. They keep saying so. We get stuff for
I
Dawsonville.
mean,
left
I'm
and
pretty
right.
sure that Ellie's in.
She is. She didn't go back out.
Yeah, she'd be like sitting outside there going, "You better open that door."
And look, remember all that trouble we had with our internet? Here it is, a monsoon, a tornado, and there's no. I mean, knock on wood.
Freezing cold tundra.
There's like.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is
Oh,
pretty good.
thank you, Karen. Karen said I'm a very good friend. Love you so much. I try to be. I'm a much better friend than I was when I was drinking.
See, that's a byproduct of getting together with me, because I've been like hanging out with Karen on YouTube for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you also have friends that you've had since. I mean, y'all don't see each other all the time, but you're Facebook friends with friends from way back.
And I'm reconnecting with them
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when I left 3 years ago, and April 19th will be 16th or 19th, I don't even remember. 3 years ago when that Avita thing happened, but it was interesting to see the split. And there was a bunch of people a small group, not a whole bunch, but there was several that were like, no, we're going to follow Tomahawk, Sean.
Yeah.
And I appreciate y'all. Y'all know who you are. Loretta and Karen being two of them that have become mods and become good friends with Mandi here.
Remember the one that right after the Dream Space thing when Sean, apparently at that time y'all hadn't gotten back together, and you put like the clap back or the non-clap back or whatever it was, and I made a comment, and I still have the screenshot where I said, you know, good on you taking the high road. This was back.
Yeah, that would have been 200.
And he goes, thanks. That was the extent of it. Right there in his comment section. An old girl comes in and says, well, he's not taking the high road to bring you opioids. And I was like, what?
So that would be
I was like, what?
the spring of 2017.
And
well,
there was
let's
nothing
see.
going on.
5 years later, I'm taking the high road.
That's what I said.
Marrying this one.
I said, it wasn't the popular opinion because people wanted you to drag her. And, but I think you knew in the back of your mind y'all would be getting back together. As
At
soon as the cycle was
point,
done.
yeah, I wasn't even near being
now you're
able to
not?
break away. No, it's it's just a slim chance.
Just
you know?
a real slim chance. Yeah, I heard we're really experiencing bad weather, and my ex-boyfriend is in Illinois, and my best friend is in Illinois, and she says they had an ice storm, about 6 feet of snow 6 inches of snow in a short time. Hey, Presley.
Hey, Presley.
She just got home from work. You're back to work and a migraine. Aw. Man, Presley, let me know how I want to talk to you. I know we texted the other day, but tomorrow maybe we can talk. I know you're not feeling super great, but I kind of want to catch up with what's going on.
So I was coming home from work.
Gatlinburg's on fire. We knew that. Okay.
I was coming home from work, so you know the gas station that I go to that's on the way home? That's got the liquor store in it, next to it. So I go in there. So the kid that he's a man. I mean, he's younger than me, though. So we were talking about Kratom because now they're getting the powder in there. They're asking me which one I want.
Oh, right.
So I was like, yeah, and we were talking about women's Viva Zen, all this stuff. And I said, so when I was in North Carolina, and he was like, well, I was in North Carolina. I said, where were you at? He goes, I was in Jacksonville. And I said, well, I was in North Topsail Beach. He was in the Marine Corps at the time. So we're chatting and this and that. And so I was mentioning the bars, the bar Tortugas and Trailer Bar. And he goes, yeah, it's got the little convenience store in the middle. And I was like, I worked at that convenience store.
So y'all did see each other and
we don't remember. But I thought that conversation today came back to me because I was working at that store during the time you just referenced. Oh. Yeah, the Dream Space
Were you
time.
getting the blowies though?
No. That was the store in Jacksonville. But I would do my vlogs like on the way home. I had like a 10-minute drive
and
home.
now
and
he'll
I would
say,
turn those on.
He was like, I was stoned. And I'm like,
yeah, kind of.
I just didn't notice that. Not all of them, but a couple of them.
We'll go through because I have most of them hidden. I'll show you the ones.
You had to get stoned just to go home?
A lot. Well, I
to go home?
At work.
No, what I mean, you'd be...
Sometimes my boss would come in, like I'd work overnight, and if I had a busy night, now my boss would walk in and look at me. It'd be like 6:30 in the morning. And I'd be like, "Hey," she goes, "Pen's in the car. Go ahead." And I'd go out.
Oh my god! And it was
hit the dab pen and come back in. So my boss was kind of like,
"That's cool."
My
Melissa?
No, that was Lisa.
Melissa told all your business. Melissa, she talked to the placeholder and she said you were a dirty freak.
Yeah, my I guess Trisha knew Melissa met her like once, but that's probably the only one she can remember. So my boss Lisa, my boss Lisa lives in Blue Ridge now, which is right up the road. I heard
really?
With her new man, yeah.
I'm sore.
It is a small world.
He's like, oh God, she left to go get it.
Oh my God, I gotta be Rick from Shoot the Shit now. Oh. So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yeah, it's supposed to pour until about midnight here. And we were trying to figure out whether or not the cat was out, but I think she's in.
She's not. Okay, I got it.
She went to get her tea.
Yeah, and now it's like,
Does anybody else like go and get something from a restaurant and just like, Mandi likes her tea from McDonald's and she might buy it, and if she'll put it in the fridge and save it for later. And that's what she just
I get two half cut in the morning.
Naturally vain. Where are you naturally? 7 inches of snow
in the
today.
evenings, and then sometimes a pick me up. $2.14. They're
Where's
$1 a piece.
Naturally vain. Where's she at? You know, right? She got 7 inches of snow today, wherever she is.
I don't know.
It is February in most of the country still, so.
You want to get up here, Papa?
You want to come here and say hi?
Come on.
Sawyer's looking at us going, no. It is way past y'all's bedtime is what he's doing. He's like, this is, I'm normally asleep.
Have y'all heard me talk about, and y'all, I'm sure you're going to be like boring, but it is kind of cool. Scout has his room. He's got a little cat tent. At night, we put a litter box in there and whatever. And we started doing it when he was a little kitten. And we had to keep it on because, well, now he's used to it. And he knows he can't control himself. He knows he's going to mess with everything and play and do whatever.
It's kind of like a hyperactive child that knows it.
So at night, when I'm getting his stuff ready, and I'm like, okay, let's go night-night. And when I start walking this direction, he bounds as fast as he can into his room. And I set everything up.
Cool.
And then I go
to go, and
then I go to and I go to shut the door, and he gets behind it. Like, so when I shut it, he's and I tried before. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it cracked so it's not shut. That's not what he wants. He's got his little heating pad and a bed, and
he does. And that, because when we first got him, that was as he got bigger, and he's a little male, so he starts to try to assert himself, and that was the one bad thing about him, because he's about like 4 months old.
Yeah.
Something like that. And
that's why he beats up on the female cats.
Right.
Because he's trying to.
In the middle of the night, we'll just be sleeping, and then like 2 o'clock, 2:30, all of a sudden he's up, messing with everything, running through the house, messing with the other kids. This guy right here, this guy.
Look, there's your pic. Look, that's you.
that's you.
Look, you see his eyes darting?
And it was like, oh my gosh. So Mandi, we started just putting him in the room. Just so he'd be away from everything. And so we'd have quiet. And he would bitch a little bit at first. And we would like turn the fans on and stuff. And then we didn't hear him bitch. Then it became a routine that he liked.
I get him up at 6 o'clock. When I get up at 6, I go let him out. And he's super affectionate.
Yes, he is. Hey, kitty.
Like you got one like that. My old girl boxer will go lay down on my bed around 7:30. Right? That's amazing. The dogs that I feed at work, they eat it between 3:30 and 3:45, and like clockwork. You know what time it is because they come and start tapping you. Hey, this is me. Now I didn't mean to hit him, but I did put a trailer hitch under my husband's hand.
Is she still telling the things that they did?
Oh my! I'm hearing some good. Well, this broke the lamp. And then I kind of regrouped and we did the trip to Georgia and whatever. And we got back and was like, we need to go get lamps.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay.
What's the first thing we need to do? We're back in Texas because it's an ordeal. It's 1,000 miles from here to where we live.
But
we knock out as much as we could in one day. And then the next day.
Oh my God.
So the end of the second day, we were kind of already planning, vacation's over. You'd spent 2 days on the road. What's the order of things? And Mandy's like, well, lamp. Because it's still in a heap over there where we left it.
And it didn't actually break it, but it wouldn't come back on. And he had the other one on his side of the bed, and I wanted them to match. The ones we have now, though, are glass, so we're not going to be throwing those.
He's trying to climb up the back.
But after I did it, I told him, I said, about every 5 years, I have an incident where I throw something. And I'm right. Have I thrown anything
since? And I looked at the calendar and I was like, well, it's 2019.
About every 5 years.
We're good to go until 2024.
And what did you say? You were like, well, it's obvious that your uncle's a pro baseball player. Because I took it.
That was pretty good. It was like,
I beamed it.
It wasn't going to hit me, but it was kind of went, and it went bam, and I was like, it's a pretty good arm.
You'll be glad to know, placeholder. My first thing, I was going to throw it into the TV hanging on the wall. That was my first.
Baseball, that's right.
And then I was like, no, let me not do that. So I did it right below it. And
I said, I don't have any biological sons. What do you think about us trying to have a baby boy? I'll have him throwing a baseball by the time he's 8 months old.
We were all good. Like, I did softball and it was pretty good. And I pitched softball. I wanted to pitch, and I told my grandfather, I said, all of the coaches' kids get to pitch. I'd never pitched ever. And he had done fast pitch softball, my grandfather. One weekend, he showed me how to throw a fast pitch softball. And the next time we had practice, it was a little community thing. I was like, can I try? And the coach was like, well, go ahead. I said, can I show you? And I was pitching every game after that.
See?
So that was...
She's got Culp in her.
Yeah.
Well, look it up, people. Well, no, don't, because somebody will dox it. But
oh, it's already all over the place. But we have his baseball card.
We do.
Yeah. He already had it when we started.
It was kind of our little courting thing. He was like, well, she knew I liked baseball. It's like, my uncle played professional baseball. I was like, yeah.
And you said you went straight to your binder, opened it up.
But when she told me, she was like, have you heard? She gave me the name, and I was like, yeah. And then she didn't believe me. She didn't know I had the baseball cards.
I didn't have.
And then I showed her, and from there, it's history.
A lot of people are saying, in the height of my addiction, we threw a piggy bank through a window over a guy. That, towards the end of my drinking, and I started to get where, like, what do people call it? Mean drunk. I would hit a certain point in the night and I would just get mean, and it was about, sometimes I would throw things, sometimes I'd pick a fight with that's when it's really bad. Well, and you're still doing it, and it's bad. And the friends that used to love for you to come over and drink with them are now not asking you to, or they're making up reasons why,
I'd lock her in the chicken coop. That's what happened. You let me out of here. You can't keep. I say, well, you can sleep with the chickens.
Yeah, my mom's cat is on Prozac. I think they were talking about
that. He may be the single wildest cat that I've ever met. For real.
Really
I
mean consider it aggressive.
Cat. But not tiger cat, but like an orange tabby.
I need to post that video. Remember the one I took when I was
crazy. Like when we would go visit, he would, doesn't have much discipline. So he would come to me and try stuff with me, and I'd smack him. So I'd smack him. He'd back up. He'd like growling and hiss. But he didn't mess with me anymore after that.
It was like a SWAT too. It wasn't really. It was like a a swat like they do, and that he learned not to do it. I tried to do the same thing he did, like swat, and he still came and got me. So I'm like, when I went to visit, I took a video of him stalking me in the middle of the night.
So Barry Hot says her macaw gets really, really pissed off if she doesn't close the shades and turn off the TV.
What kind of macaw? Hey, Margaret, our blue magoo.
She's got a couple of them. Hey, Blue, how are ya?
There's brake lights in our window, but
I see you, Blue. Right.
Tam Tam was dragging the hell out of Blue too. I was like, who drags Blue? That's so. Look at this baby. Look at this baby.
I know, let it go. Whatever I just said, let it go said Trisha will clip that. And then she'll put it in a video.
When you said I smacked he swatted the cat.
Yeah. She'll take it and superimpose it like it was a video from 2016 or something. And then she'll pull up the same tattered, like fake little mugshot thing.
But it did work with him when you gave him a little.
Yeah, I mean, I think you do. Like, I cuffed him when he was hissing and scratching me. I just cuffed him a little bit. He hissed, but then he left.
Yeah, I tried doing it. Like, I was like, okay, let me give it. And it's not hard. It's, you know how they get cuffed by their parents too.
I just right on the snout. And he was like,
they have a snout.
What? Like the nose.
Oh. Well, it didn't
snout.
work for me. I tried it, but he had respect for you after that.
They have a snout.
I was like, it's a big snout at the. Just laughed at the video. Oh, the one that I posted. What the hell? She's not medicated. This is Tam Tam placeholder. Before you get excited, think I'm talking about you. She said, Tam Tam goes, and they said they weren't medicated, and I was like, I'm not either. And I was like,
no.
So I did that emoji where it's like,
medicated.
She said that she's
we
not
are
medicated.
Unmedicated in Mississippi.
But she said, well, because I'm not, I'm going to scream and cuss and things like, no, that's whatever. Every day you're hauling it down the highway going 80, talking to your camera, singing, going off.
If your husband is there, and I'm telling you, I'm not going after him because I like your husband. You're off the chain, and all of a sudden in the background you hear, Timberland!
Does anybody know why she's doing it?
You need to calm down.
Doing it in the car now. Why she's?
I don't think William lets her.
Yeah, he's probably tired of all that noise.
Yeah,
I have a
William's
blue
had
and
enough
gold
of it. Pulling
and
her
a
out.
Harlequin. I had a friend who had the blue and gold and the green, or the mix. It's like a scarlet and whatever. When I worked at PetSmart way back when my ex was in the military, I was in the small animal department, and they got in a blue and gold macaw, and it was hand fed, and so, the employees hand feed him. He got so attached to me, and I was so attached to him, and I was waiting because they'll have a discount day for employees where everything, including animals, are 50% off.
Oh man!
And I was waiting. We'd been saving. We had done whatever. Do you know someone bought that damn thing 2 days before?
Aw.
And
how much is a macaw
And it was
cost?
the manager that really didn't know anything. It was about $1,100.
That's what a full price is?
Mm-hmm. The manager didn't know or whatever. And so I was like, when they said he sold, I said, oh, stop. And they were like, no, he did. And I remember I was like, I'll be right back. And I went to the back and I was like, oh.
I could see you doing that. I mean,
I was heartbroken. But they said he went to a really good home. It was like a nurse, and she was so excited. But the bad thing is I'd let him get pretty attached to me.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really nice to anybody else, and that's what happened.
Yeah. And that would be my concern if we got one. Is that, I mean, I'm telling you, this gal right here is dotes on her pets when she first gets them. I mean, Sawyer, every one of the, I can only imagine with Storm, but I know with Eleanor for a second, until Eleanor kind of gravitated towards me.
You mean just
but I'm talking about in the beginning, and they get really attached to her. Now, the Calico is clearly my cat.
Yeah.
Storm,
when Storm sits, she positions herself where she's kind of out of the thing, but she's where she can watch me.
But Sawyer Brown, but any pet that she attaches herself to, and I could see with the birds have the personalities that they bond with one of the people.
The blue and golds are going for $5,000 now.
Wow,
that's a lot.
Well, the birds will bond with one of the owners and is not very nice to the other one.
She's like, Blue was like, yeah, but I don't need a psychiatrist like her. That's incredible. But yeah, I did. And I let it sit on my shoulder, and you're not supposed to if you let a bird sit on your shoulder, they supposedly they try to be dominant because you're supposed to always keep them below you, like hold them below you. But I let him get on my shoulder, and
so that's where you like to stay, right?
They can snap a broomstick. Those macaws, if they want to, they can snap a broomstick with one.
See, that's what I mean. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could, you know, it not liking me or something like that. I'd be like, Mandy,
and it could bark like a dog. Like on Saturdays when they had
Mandy, could you put the bird away, please?
I know when they had the adoption day dogs would bark, so it learned how to bark like a dog. And it would do it real loud. Barry
said you can see the videos of my birds on my YouTube page.
Okay.
We need to do that.
Hi, I suck at video games.
Hey.
That was the one that happened through, and I thought it was my son for a while, and then it turned out.
What did you say? Said, Mandy, come to Gatlinburg. Go to Parrot Mountain. It's amazing, all kinds of. But Gatlinburg's not so far away.
That's really cool. I would love that.
I'm going to take her to Gatlinburg, guys.
The lip color
She's got a birthday next month.
Is the Stila, the Bacca, Bacca. I just saw someone ask.
I suck at video games. Said, what lip color do you have? Oh, yep, you just answered it.
And if you find it in stock when you're like at Ulta or whatever, buy 2 of them because it goes so fast and they're always back ordered. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, Missy Frenchman, Sean is a lucky man. I know you pinned it, but I just wanted to say.
I can be your adopted kid if you want. All right.
I think Missy is right. I am a lucky man.
There's Presley.
Yay. I think so. I'm gonna see that Parrot Mountain in Gatlinburg because we could do Gatlinburg like on a Friday night.
I got 7 stitches in my lower lip, and Zeke bit me up. Misplaced aggression, and I had a friend over. See, and that's the thing too. They can get to where they're cage bound, where they won't even come out of their cage if you don't keep them socialized.
Wow.
But I've heard that they can. They say that not to put your finger near them if you're not sure, because they will literally snap your finger.
That's crazy. They do have big old beaks. Whiplash. Angela says my calico only lets my son hold it.
Okay, what did you say?
Calicos, I've heard that. Calicos are females, and they normally, if they do bond, they bond with a male owner.
And they have little attitudes.
And that's exactly what Ellie has done, is bonded to me, and pretty much minds me. Like if I come in, she'll do whatever, but if I go into my little sports room, she'll come in there from wherever she is. If I need to find her, I go in there, and then she'll come running in there.
That's cool. Hey, Clancy, welcome back. My birds no longer have cages. They have huge... Oh, that's cool. I also used to, when I worked at PetSmart, if there was a bird that was sick or it wasn't sellable, or sometimes if people bring animals in back, you can't put them back with it. You can't. So I had, in post-housing, I had a cage with 2 lovebirds. I had 3 cockatiels in 3 different cages. I had a leopard gecko in a aquarium. I had a ferret upstairs, and I had something else. Oh, and a bunch of fish tanks.
Didn't you carry the betas with you, like in the car?
Yeah, when we went home
to visit. The betas went in the car.
I put the beta fish in 2 canisters, and they went in the cup holder, and they went with us. But those animals I was always rehoming, which is why I kept them until I could. But the lovebirds, my lovebird loved me. It was named Godiva until we got another lovebird, and then it bonded with the other one, and it didn't really come to me anymore. But it was a sweet. Anyway.
You've had a lot of pet lovers in the chat.
I've had just about everything, and it was
We're
loud.
working on that again. We're working on that because I think you're gonna like the chickens as much as me.
I do. Shoot, we got to get that thing. We got to order it from Wayfair and get it going, because I have a sign that has our name on it that Angela had sent. I'll show it to you when it comes.
Hopefully it doesn't go to Jamaica first.
Well, Angela can describe it better, but we got it and it had the wrong last name on it, but it was really somebody else's.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out, I don't know what that means. I thought maybe it was said like the Burleson Chicken Coop or something, and I was like, maybe it's a restaurant and we're supposed to know what I was
gonna name it Chicken Burris and just put that over its nest.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put Curly over it. I'm gonna make something and put curly over it. But she's having the right one sent, so we're excited. And we've got
I went out and
the chickens can be pecks or whatever.
Chickens can be peckers.
Is that no? What is that one in there? That
be careful of the chickens; they can be real peckers or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like
I
that.
like the one that says "Beware mini raptors."
Oh my god!
It says "Beware of the mini raptors" and stuff.
You know what? You know what I saw in a car today? I tried to yesterday. I tried to explain it to you, and I don't think you understood what I meant. And this is not political. This is just what it said. It said Joe and the hoe have to go.
Joe and the hoe have to go.
Joe and the hoe have to go. And it took me a second. I sat there and looked at it, and I was like, oh my gosh. You had a menagerie.
Very hot. Said I had. Yeah, you can read
I'm
it.
going to pin it so I can see it. Okay. But yeah, so it was kind of funny. Needless to say, it was kind of a country boy's truck that had it on there. But when I told my client about it today, because she's not a fan of Biden, I told her about it today, and I said, I didn't even know she would know what hoe was.
Really?
But I said, this is what it said. I said, Joe and the hoe have to go, and she kind of laughed. She goes, I like that. She got it right away. She knew what it.
Joe and the hoe.
Joe and the hoe have to go.
Have you guys see like all over all the gas pumps? Like you can.
I did that.
They have the little stickers of President Biden pointing at the gas prices. I did that. They're like all over the place in Dawsonville.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they still got them.
Our gas station, he took them off, but some people leave them on.
They're everywhere. Like you can go to there's a Facebook page. I survived the war in Iraq. It's called.
And they have them.
They have them like you can order. They send you like 10 or 20 of them for like $5.
That's cool.
So
it's cute though.
Yes, Presley, I am ready. They need to figure out this lockout because right now for those of y'all that aren't baseball fans, baseball's kind of in a hover pattern because there's a sort of a lockout because of the collective bargaining agreement, and they're trying to figure out some things in baseball. But hopefully, spring training would have started by now. I guess or right around the 19th or 20th of February is when pitchers and catchers report. That's not happening right now because they're still, and they haven't signed Freddie Freeman because they're not allowed, because of the lockout, they're not allowed to do anything baseball. So hopefully they get it all done so they can get into spring training and start.
I did read Very Hot. She worked at she had a bunch of reptiles because she worked at a reptile store. So she had a whole reptile room. That's cool. Anything but snakes.
Yeah, Clancy. I mean, it's pretty popular around here. He wants to get them, put them around the
You
gas
haven't
pumps
seen
in
him? It's
Baytown.
hilarious. And the one is he's kind of going like this.
Yeah, I have a couple pictures because I send them to Mandi when I see them. And it's just kind of a sticker, and it's pointing right at the gas price on the pump. It's like, I did that, and anyway.
Yeah, the other day, and my car takes like 13 gallons. I put, what was it, $50 and it didn't fill it up.
No.
It was
this
crazy. Yeah.
I put in, like, she knows, I used to just like splash in like $5 or $10
he won't
every
fill it up.
So I've got to now. Today I put in $20 worth. It was like a third of a tank.
No matter how much he has or does, he will not fill it up.
I mean, Ford Ranger is a nice truck, does not get real good gas mileage.
No, it does.
But
doesn't. I noticed it's not doing the automatic shut off at the lights anymore.
I shut it off. Maybe I should turn it back on.
But that button down there is not controlling it.
Yes, it does. I just have it off right now. It's.
I tried to turn it on the other day. Anyways,
maybe I'll put a Biden sticker at the. I did that.
You need to You might have done it in the settings or whatever on accident.
I might have.
Well, it's okay.
We'll figure it out.
You might want to get.
I drive Mandy's car around, and if you fill up her tank, it'll say something like 450 miles to empty or something like that. I mean, if you fill mine all the way up, it might say 300 maybe to empty. It just doesn't get very good gas mileage.
We got a Costco membership, and they have gas that saved a good amount. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard Costco, if you get a membership.
Welcome back, Ricky. I have OCD about keeping a full tank. Sean does not.
I get nervous when I get.
Let me tell you something.
On its birthday, I
went down to, you know how it goes low fuel and then it kind of counts down your miles? One time I was coming back from my other position, I was coming back and they were having a power outage at all the gas pumps, and they don't work if you don't. So I was going and I passed the post office, and then I was passing the a couple of other places, and when I finally rolled in, I showed him the picture. It said zero miles to empty.
I've rode mine down to about 5 miles to empty.
Have you really?
Yeah. Remember when you took my truck and you said that it's got it was like 20 miles, but as soon as I turned it on, it went all the way down to like 11, even before I pulled out.
Well, and the crappy thing about that was we had traded for the day because I needed the truck. Mm-hmm. You put gas in my car.
You shouldn't put any in mine.
And and he was low, and I didn't put it. And it wasn't a money thing. I mean, it was both of our money.
It was just a time thing.
But
really.
He goes, really? He goes, it's okay. And I was like, no, it is the shittiest thing I've ever done.
No, because we're a good 5 or 6 miles from any gas station. So if you come in bone dry, there's not like you start it up and go to the corner and to get gas. You've got to drive into town. So, I mean, I literally thought I have a gas can like in the back that's got a gallon in it that's been sitting back there because
I didn't
got
think
the
about
lawnmower.
that.
I could take that and that would buy me about 10 miles if I put that in. But
would it really?
Mm-hmm. If I put the whole, it's not a whole gallon. It's like 2/3 of a gallon or whatever.
Oh, he's doing his jump and then back up.
He's ready for us to go to bed. That's his problem.
That's what he's telling us.
You want to go to bed, Sawyer Brown? You ready to go night night? You ready to go night night?
He's got his.
He's looking at us like.
He's got his bottom teeth out.
You ready to go night night? You want to go potty one last time and go night night?
Do you know? When you did that one time, you did it as like whatever. Mm-hmm. That was the screenshot that every hater had.
Like this.
Now they have another one. It was like, look at him, he's so gross. Don't do that.
He's so old.
Oh no.
He's so old. Look how old he is.
I love him.
And then he's like, oh, remind me how old he is. Woo.
I know. That's not an issue here.
Hey, do you want to go and crawl into bed and see how old I am?
And which means go to sleep because Sawyer's ready to go to bed. So
ain't
nothing happening.
She jump into bed and go, so you ready? And I'm like, dude, it's 10 o'clock. If I go to sleep right now, I can get 8 hours of sleep. That window is closed.
He sleeps in while I'm getting, like in the morning, we can get up a little bit different. But I'm like, I got to turn the light on in the bathroom.
I know.
The animals won't let me shut the door because they got to come through. So he just.
Sometimes usually when you leave for work, I'm up. But sometimes if I don't have to be to work till 9, I'm laying there. He comes out, he's so sweet. He jumps up on the thing and lays down with him.
He is very sweet.
So, Sawyer Brown is like, I'm going to wait until you get up, dude.
Come here. I'm going to take you to bed. Don't be mad. Say night-night, everybody. I got to go to bed. Night-night. Say, I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed, everybody.
He's a Sawyer Brown right there, Sawyer Brown. He's so tired. He spends all day
Good night,
very ferocious.
He's very, very
ferocious.
Oh, so, Papa Power.
Aww. What's that, Sawyer? Look.
Aww.
He's like, come on, guys, please. I'm so tired. Look at him. You want to go night-night? You ready to go night-night?
He's like our little old man. Look at him.
Naturally Vane said night-night, sweet dreams. Yup, she started it. Everyone tell everyone good night.
What was it? Say good night, Dan. Good night, Dan. What was that?
Good night, John Boy, the Waltons.
Oh, yeah.
Night, Ma. Night, Pa. Night, Janet. Night, John Boy. That was the Waltons. Remember the Waltons? Yeah. I've
never seen it. I've heard.
But that's what they'd go around, like at the end of every show, the light would go off and you just hear everybody in the house.
Oh, wow, Exo Family. He gets up at 4:30 and won't be home till like 5:30 that night.
What do you do, dude?
Night, Presley. We're going to talk tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Good night, gang.
I want our lights to work behind us. My husband to meet me at the pump. It grosses me out, but it's kind of like a public toilet. You know what? I've heard that before.
Night, Mama Ricky. Yeah, we're going off. We've got to work and stuff.
But thank you for stopping
by. Thank you guys. We always have fun. We have a good group. We always, like I said, when we start, we're like, let's go live and blah, blah, blah. And hopefully we don't get into the drama because we really don't like to get into it. And you guys always help us. You know, we start talking about something and then you guys.
But I was addressing the hairstylist. I was like, that is a shitty thing to do.
But it's pretty cool. It's a lot better than the drama, I think. You guys deserve it. You guys are a good bunch.
Yes. And we are Sawyer Brown, what's wrong? Anyway,
we're trying to.
We'll talk. My hair is all.
It's
like,
rainy and windy, so
I think he might.
Mandy's gonna take her old man to bed, I think.
You need to go potty? Okay. Night,
Remember to tell everybody Karen. Tell Karen happy anniversary. She's here too.
She hung out with us, and then hopefully business is taken care of.
He's probably knocked
Maybe
out,
we will see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be easier for us to grab an hour here and there and sit down and talk to you guys now that, well, hopefully the lights are squared away. But
we'll
anyway,
figure it out.
have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
It's like this.